Dennis Rodman had a brief stint here. What was that like?
Oh, it's wild. I mean, I'm a big Chicago Bulls fan in the '90s. There, obviously, so he was one of my heroes. And then Cubes bought the team my second year, halfway through, and he's like, we need to make a splash here. We need to get on the map. This is a Cowboys town, and I want to bring the Mavericks back. I think I'm gonna sign Dennis Rodman. And we're like, are you serious? But he ended up doing it, and it was quite an experience. So he every time. So as a team meeting, we usually meet with Nelly, obviously with 40 minutes before the game. So the first game, we have Dennis Rodman. We're all kind of like excited he's starting. So 40-minute rolls around. He gets up. Nelly's about to start the film. Rodman gets up and goes take a shower. We're like, okay. So he comes back. He didn't see the video. He doesn't know the coverages. So he just goes out and kind of does. Sometimes he squeezes. Sometimes he hedges a little bit. Sometimes he does nothing. So I was like, okay, maybe he just did it one time. Second game, 40 minutes on the clock, he gets up and showers. So he missed all the pregame meetings before the game and had no idea about the coverages that we're doing and kind of did his own thing. And I was like, that was just his routine. At 40 minutes before the game, he was showering. And then after the game, he would just put his own gear on and would go lift hard for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Wouldn't be with the team. Would just be find his workout room, and he had his little workout coach, and then they were just lifting heavy for like an hour and a half after the game, and then he just put on a cowboy hat with these long feathers, didn't shower, and just walked right out the arena, and the media scrum would chasing him, and he's mumbling something. It was a comedy sideshow, and then it just wouldn't work. It wasn't working well. Those couple games he was here, and but it was definitely a splash. I mean, the arena was full, and he got kicked out of one game. He sat on the court for a while, and the refs didn't want to throw him out. I mean, there was a lot of stuff happened, which was a cool experience for me, I guess, as a young guy growing up. But it just basketball-wise, it just unfortunately didn't work.
How did you get your signature move?
Well, I think I started shooting that later. In your 20s, you have the power. If something's crowded, you try to rip through and get the basket. You get fouled a lot. And just as I gotten older, I lost a step, and I didn't want to do all the grinding, get fouled. So I looked for a shot that I can do without a lot of effort. I'm tall. It was just one or two bumps and lean back. I knew nobody can get to the shot. So that's really how I started shooting it a little bit at the beginning. And, of course, I had the support from the coaches because, not a lot of guys wanted to shoot a one-leg fadeaway. But, they saw it go in a little bit, and I was practicing it a little bit. And so I started shooting it. And mostly that year, we actually had the championship run. And things were going really well there. And I made most of them. So I was like, okay, this is a good weapon for me going forward. Because, guys was really starting to crowd me because I lost a step or two. And then this was just a way for me to still stay efficient and still be a decent scorer even in old age.